Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Creating a Classic Cottage. Today I'm going to show you how to make this old door look beautiful. Let's get started.
So here's the back of in my shop. Only people that see this is me and the workshop customers, but it's kind of ugly. And this is the front of it into the hallway. Still kind of ugly. So I've cleaned it with white lightning cleaner and I'm going to paint it. I'm in a spruce up the shop kind of mode. Keep watching and I'll show you what I do with it. You can see I have filled in the cracks with the Dixie mud. Normally I would use white, but you can see this better, so I use the brown. So it shows up really good for you, and it doesn't matter, I'm going to paint over it anyways. This part here had some kind of a patch on it, like a drywall patch, so I just pulled that off and filled in the crack. Same down there. And I did the cracks here as well. So once that dries, I'm going to give it a light sand and then I'm going to paint. Now this is not going to be a perfect paint job because it's already crackled and I don't want to take a chance of sanding all the way through this because I'm not sure what kind of paint's underneath of it all the way down. I can see in certain spots there's like 3 or 4 layers of paint. I don't want to take a chance of it being lead paint. This is a very old building, so I'm not sure what kind of paint was used. So I'm just going to paint over it. So here's a door that I painted yesterday, as you can remember. It had cracks here and here. On this part there was some bad repairs and I didn't want to sand all this down, so I just did what I could. And it's still gonna be a little rough, but it's way better than it was. And I put 1 coat of the latex paint that I used on the wall on here, and I did the same thing to the back. I didn't want to take a chance of it sanding down to like lead paint or something, so I didn't sand it. Here's the repair here. This is where I tried to do a stencil. Now I've decided I messed it up, so not a problem. I love showing you that it's not completely lost. I could just paint over it with the latex paint again, but I'm going to use a bunch of colors that are in this little, actually it's an old shower curtain that I'm using as a cover for this little table here in the, so I'm going to kind of use not all those colors, but I'm just going to kind of maybe do a little blend. We're going to practice and see what happens, just to show you that you can fix stuff that's messed up. Pardon my paint clothes. Spray bottle is going to be key here. And I'm going to use my Dixie Belle Oval Small brush. And I've got a palette of colors here that's similar. I'm going to mix peony with cotton, and then there's the Gulf and Sea Glass, Peacock, Mermaid Tails hiding in there. Look, I've already made a cute little purple color with this peony. There's a little bit of paint blue. I've got a mess here on my palette, but that's okay. We're going to see what we can come up with. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this little damp. And the beauty is if I don't like it, I'll just paint over it. But I've decided I'm going to do a base. And I'm just going to do this. Try not to get on the edges there because I really don't want it in the little insets there. I'm not extremely good at blending, but I can do this. There it is. So it's kind of the background color of that little cloth that's on the thing there. And I'm not looking for a full cover, it's just something to give a little bit of color in here. Kind of tie it all together. Make it a little darker down here. I'm making these colors up as I go along. There's no real right or wrong way. That peacock's really strong, isn't it? I've got too much water here. I'm going to kind of take that down a little bit. Tad bit wet. Now the way I blend, there's no right or wrong here, it's just blending. this is a cool way to, you know, just to kind of play, because I can always paint over it. Here, because it's kind of in the way. Light the top there. I'm going to put a little more white in the middle. Lighten it up a little bit. I do want to take my paper towel and kind of get this off here. And I'm probably going to go back and clean up these edges with the white latex anyway, so not get too carried away with it. And sit back and see what I think. It's looking really dark right now. Maybe some more of this paint blue color, maybe. Lighten it up right here. And it probably doesn't read as good on camera as it does in person. But there you go. You're thinking, oh my gosh, what in the world has she done? Well, I don't know. Let's find out what I've done. So I'm going to continue to do the other 3 panels, and then I'll come back.
So I finished all 4 panels, but now I'm going back to the top because, and it didn't really match the bottom panels, and I really like the way the bottom panels turned out. So I'm adding some light, and I'm going in a circular motion to kind of blend it out and make it a little softer on the edges. But if you'll notice, I'm also trying to create more of an ombre look, where it's darker at the bottom and lighter at the top. I always like to step back and see how it looks, because sometimes if you're right up on it, it's hard to tell exactly what you've got. So after a little bit of correcting, I was happy with the result.
So there it is. There's my finished door. Pardon my mess over to the side there. This is kind of a tight space. But from what it looked like before to now, much, much better. I did a little bit of blending. It took me a little while. And then I fixed the edges of it so that it wouldn't be so messy. I was going to put a stencil on it, but you know what? I think I'm going to enjoy it like this for a while. I'll put a clear coat over it once it's completely dry. And then I'm going to enjoy it without the crack in it. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so.